Hello, welcome to another grief share video. Today I'm going to be talking about just some of the few things I've been going through this week. Um, the biggest thing is probably what I mentioned last week. I talked about how we had a rat that was in our house and we were trying to get rid of it. And it's just been really a struggle trying to figure out how to get rid of it. We really had to think outside the box and Uh, it did go on about 2 or 3 weeks, which is it was just really unexpected because, um, a lot of the store-bought traps that we got did not work, and I just remember, I guess it was Monday or something, I really was just kinda at the end of my rope and, finally decided to get rat poison, but, we were trying to avoid that because we did not want any kind of, smell or the rat dying in the house. We were really concerned about that, and it was hard to break down and do it, but I could just tell I was having trouble sleeping and um, just having trouble not being able to live the way we usually live. We're kind of relaxed when it comes to I guess the way we live. I say relax. We just keep things in a certain place. Like we had our snacks, on a table and stuff like that, and we had to get rid of the put up the table and put snacks up every night, and it was just a lot to go through. The rat would jump on the table. It was just everywhere. Uh, like I said in the other video, it was just causing a lot of chaos and then I just was starting to have fears that it was. Um, Jumping on me in the middle of the night. I don't know why, because uh, it was mostly downstairs, but and we sleep upstairs. But I just couldn't stop worrying about it. Um, so we broke down and finally got the poison, and the poison seems to have worked. It's only been a couple days, but we think that it finally killed it. And when I say we, I'm talking about me and my husband, but uh, we've been dealing with that in our house. So hopefully, it's finally been taken care of. We didn't see any signs of it coming out last night, so we're hoping and trying to relax a little bit more now. Um, I could tell, it feels at least a little bit better that the rat might be dead. So, that's been kind of a small relief the past day or so. Um, there are other things, kind of. Um, I guess we're both dealing with. We are, coming close to the end of the year, and if you've seen any of my other videos, I've talked about how the holidays are stressful because our families tend to expect certain things from us and want to see us and stuff like that, and we're just not in a place where we want to do that. So, um, the holidays are kind of just hanging over our heads. It's not as bad as it used to be. So, I think we try to remember the positives and really think about what has changed for the better. But you just can't help but want things to be even better than they are now, I guess. So, I think there's just a little bit of a worry about, what's going to happen over the next couple months. November and December seem to be really hard for me because of those concerns that I have. But nobody can make us do something we don't want to do. We have the power to say no. It's just not wanting to deal with it, really. That's the bigger thing. And then I've talked about this a little bit. Just worrying about you know the decision to have kids. Worrying about when all that is gonna come into play. Sometimes I feel like it's gonna be before the end of the year, so I have a little bit of worry about that. Just probably until the end of the year, I may have to um to think about that, just like I said, with the holidays kind of hanging over your head. I don't know how to get away from it, um I guess it may just be more of a fear than anything else. Uh it's funny, I think people tend to think that hearing from God is always a good thing, but a lot of times when God tells you something, your own personal fears get in the way, and it could actually cause you more stress than anything else, especially if he's telling you something you don't want to do. And again, I've made another video about that kind of thing. But it is hard sometimes when your fears try to dictate what you're thinking, and you try not to worry, but then if you don't worry, the surprise of something can actually be worse than the worry. Um, well, for example, if I spend 2 months worrying, um, about my family reaching out on Christmas, um, it they never reach out. It can look like I spent 2 months of worrying for no reason. But if I try to relax and they do reach out, Christmas Day, for example, that one day um, can actually feel worse than like 2 months of just worrying about it for no reason. As strange as that sounds, um, I guess either one is really bad because I still tend to beat myself up sometimes because I worry for no reason. But it's hard not to worry when I know um, something unexpected can be just as difficult to go through. But um, and also, I think this is just natural. Like, um, with all the stresses that me and my husband have gone through, we've had some extra conflicts this week. It's been really difficult to go through, and it just doesn't put you in a good place usually. And um, you know, I, I've seen people struggle with that kind of thing and talk about how the struggles they have to get along with their spouse, and I think it's just hard on anybody when you go through it. And it looks different for everybody, I think, but we do the best we can, and I just keep hoping for um, this next step. I guess that's what I would call um, the next place that me and my husband are going in life will really change some things between us. Will make things better. Um, I guess just having a change would help, and I do think that that's what God has in store for all of us when we kind of get to a place where we don't know what else to do. But um, you know, all we can do is look to the future for things to change and get better. And I think that there is no choice but for things to get better in the future, even if it takes years. I remember I've had some struggles with other relationships that I've been in, but over time it did get better and it did kind of resolve itself. So that's always kind of where I go to when I think about how hard things are in my personal relationships. I try to just remember that, like, nothing lasts forever, and things have to get better if you don't give up. That's kind of just the way things are, I think, in life. But I mean, me and my husband have also talked about there are times when you have to know when to give up too. So anyway, that's a different video, but it's just interesting how how relationships can be so different between different people like that. But anyway, that's kind of some of the struggles I've had this week. Like I said, mostly the rat situation. I think trying to manage stress is a big part of that. I'm learning how to manage stress a little bit better, how to be more patient, and understanding in different situations. So anyway, I think that's about it for today, and I'm going to wrap it up. But thank you for watching, and have a nice day.